Well, good morning. It's Tuesday, November the 18th. Rachel Schoutsen, Tom Reynolds here. And Tom, yesterday we picked up 6 centimeters of snow in the city of Toronto.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is a fall forecast, not a winter forecast. We're not even into winter yet, and it's freezing outside.
Oh, it is.
And you really are going to have to bundle up today. If you work outside, I feel sorry for you. We've got wind, we've got very cold temperatures, and more snow on the way.
Yes, some places are seeing wind warnings right now, like Picton on the northern shores of Lake Ontario. Wind gusts around 90 kilometers an hour possible today. For us here at home this morning, the peak wind gust already as of 5 a.m. was 65 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, I was getting some drifting coming down 9th line, coming out of Georgetown this morning, so you're going to have to watch for that. They're going to get major hit down in Buffalo, maybe Fort Erie, going to get hammered.
Not going to be seeing a huge snowy problem, let's say, today for us, but areas a little bit further north, south, down in towards Niagara, that's when the snow squalls will come into play. All right, let's turn things over to Tom now for our first look at traffic. And while you're grabbing your breakfast from Subway this morning, I highly recommend getting a warm drink because temperatures look like this morning, -5 in the city of Toronto, and that doesn't even take into account the wind chill. We'll be feeling more like -12. Lots of negatives on the board, and as we get into the afternoon, things aren't even getting much warmer. Take a look this morning as well. Further north, -8 in North Bay, -5 in Barrie. Well, I'm glad you're here. Good morning. It's November the 18th. Rachel Schoutsen here with you, Tom Reynolds as well. And yesterday, our issue was the snow, but today it is just downright freezing.
And snow.
And snow too.
And snow, and cold, and very bitterly cold. I was -10 when I left the house, and with wind chills, you're still, -15, -17.
Yeah.
So it's very cold out there, and snow tracking in off the lakes in some areas, so it's going to be quite dangerous.
Yeah, and I know that already we had problems on the QEW this morning.
QEW was closed at Bowen Road. They're just in the process of reopening that. Numerous crashes. That's down on Niagara. TDC have problems on the Bloor Danforth subway right now. Power's off. We'll update that coming up.
All right, and it's all, pardon me, because of these snow squalls. We'll feel like -16 even in towards this afternoon. Now, let's turn things over to Tom. Here's our look at traffic. Okay, so today, snow squalls are a concern and the very cold wind chills. It is freezing today. Think January when you are dressing the kids or dressing yourself to head out the door today. So today, again, the snow squall is really going to be an issue along the snowbelt areas, Niagara, as well as Lake Huron and the Georgian Bay. And then, watch this carefully. Looks like we do develop some more moisture in towards Wednesday. And this, again, will be falling as snow. The city of Toronto could see 5 centimeters. Well, it's going to be windy, it's going to be cold, and it's going to feel more like January than November. I know. Exciting, right? Take a look at the current wind speed versus the wind gust. This is happening right now. We have our gusts highlighted in red. City of Toronto, 66 kilometers an hour. That is some very breezy conditions, and these sort of winds traveling over relatively warmer bodies of water spells trouble. That spells snow squalls. And this is why we have snow squall watches and warnings in place. We can see the warnings here highlighted in blue. And also notice this one down in towards the Niagara region. That's what Tom was talking about, interfering with the QEW. So this is where we could be seeing some additional problems. So here they go. The streamers starting to make an impact, let's say, on Highway 11 and the 400. Stay with us. More on this to come. And while you're grabbing your breakfast from Subway this morning, I highly recommend getting a warm drink because temperatures look like this morning, -5 in the city of Toronto, and that doesn't even take into account the wind chill. We'll be feeling more like -12. Lots of negatives on the board, and as we get into the afternoon, things aren't even getting much warmer. Take a look this morning as well. Further north, -8 in North Bay, -5 in Barrie. Good morning. Think January today. I know it's November the 18th, but we are dealing with extreme snow squalls and also extreme wind chills.
Oh boy, it is really bitter out there. I was -10 when I left the house, feeling more like -15, -16, so it is cold. Bundle up if you're heading out.
Yeah, and you know what? That's going to be our story throughout this week. We are going to be freezing in towards today, tomorrow, but light at the end of the tunnel.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
There is.
We like that.
Sunday, possible 8 degrees. So things look good. Even down in towards Buffalo. Buffalo actually released a statement saying they could expect 3 feet of snow today. Now, 3 feet of snow, not our problem, but I know it's already busy out there on the roads, Tom, so sending things over to you. Yes, it's cold, it's snowing, wind chills come into play. Really, it's more like January this week than November. Today, the issue is going to be snow squalls, and the city of Toronto isn't usually heavily impacted by snow squalls. But if you are traveling outside of the GTA today, this is when driving conditions could be treacherous. A very strong westerly wind. We saw wind gusts already this morning around 60 kilometers an hour in the city of Toronto. So very high accumulations of snow when we're talking the snow belt regions. And we also have a new system headed our way for Wednesday, right into Toronto, 5 centimeters. And these gusty wind conditions really not helping the severe weather. It's creating wind chills and snow squalls. So take a look at this. This is as of 5 a.m., 66 kilometers an hour. That's the peak wind gust in the city of Toronto. So quite gusty, and actually we're the highest on the map there. So snow squall watches and warnings, they are in place right now along the shores of the Georgian Bay, Lake Huron, and also down in towards the Niagara area as well. Snow squall warnings in place here, and that's because a lot of snow could be building up throughout the day today, and we already see these streamers in place again right along the 400 and Highway 11 up in towards Parry Sound. This is where we will be seeing very treacherous driving conditions. I know there are school bus cancellations right now along the Grey Bruce area, and then this streamer as well. This is really affecting people down in towards stateside, what Tom was just mentioning. We are talking about quite a bit of snow. Stay with us. Well, that is incredible video there, and you can watch more time-lapse at theweathernetwork.com. Rachel Schoutsen here with you today, and yesterday, what a day. We saw 6 centimeters of snow in a significant amount of snow in November. Now, as we take a look at this, we could be seeing snow squalls again throughout the day today. Yesterday was system snow. Today, we are dealing with the squalls. So this is how it is going to play out. We are seeing quite a strong westerly wind, very, very gusty conditions today. So it will be affecting the Niagara region as well as the Grey Bruce area and up in towards Cottage Country. Some flurries, yes, could be lingering around the 401, but snow isn't really going to be the city of Toronto's big story today. But the wind chills, yeah. That's going to be the big story, that's for sure. We do have snow squall watches and warnings in place. We could be picking up a significant amount of snow in Cottage Country. Look at that, a possible 40 centimeters. And also down in towards stateside, let's say the Buffalo area, also an area that is going to be hit quite hard. So snow squalls, that's going to be the issue today, very strong, and a new system in for tomorrow. But first, here's Tom with traffic. Well, it is downright cold. It feels more like mid-January than mid-November. Right now, minus 22 in Guelph. In Kitchener, feeling like minus 19 in Mississauga. And these very strong winds, of course, not helping the situation. Peak wind gusts around 65 kilometers an hour in the city of Toronto. You will just be blowing away out there today. Full on winter gear, your warmest jacket, of course, hat, scarf, mitts once you're sending the kids off to school. Might even be having indoor recess today with temperatures like these. Now, as we take a look at the squalls. So the squalls not really affecting, let's say, the city of Toronto, but if you are traveling out of Barrie down in towards Toronto, expect the 400 to see some messy conditions, especially even further north, Highway 11, QEW down in towards the Niagara region with those streamers off Lake Erie. This is a messy situation, treacherous driving conditions. That's what you can think of today, and that's all because of the snow squalls, watches, and warnings. I'm glad it's him out there, not
exactly,
us.
yeah.
That looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, but it's cold. It is cold.
It is. It's the feeling like minus 19 right now in Mississauga. And you know what? I was going to ask Kevin, what would he prefer, yesterday or today? And he said it
told us.
there.
Yeah.
Yesterday was better. Now, I know the driving conditions for us here at home are better today, though, than yesterday.
Well, they're starting to deteriorate, actually. On Highway 12, north of Oshawa, numerous crashes, cars in the ditch. I just heard the officer say, I just about wiped out myself. So it's turning into ice in a lot of areas. So you're going to have to really be cautious. We've got about 3 crashes in town as well. As to where the snow squalls will hit the hardest. Now, here at home in the GTA, Tom Reynolds has a look at our drive. Tom. And it's snow squalls. These are what's really creating the issues today. So along Lake Erie, as well as Huron and the Georgian Bay, snow squalls a problem today, and system snow. That's what we are getting into tomorrow, possible 5 cm for Toronto.
Well, it's windy and it is cold. Think January today, especially when you're sending the kids off to school. Right now, peak wind gusts in Toronto around 60 kilometers an hour. And I want to show you something interesting. See this streamer right now that is right off Lake Erie. I was just reading reports from the Weather Channel that just east of Buffalo, this is dropping around 10 centimeters of snow per hour. Terrible driving conditions through here. Now, we do not have any snow squall watches and warnings in place for us here at home in the GTA, but surrounding areas like down and towards Niagara, also the Grey Bruce area up and towards Cottage Country, this is where we are getting into some very messy conditions. Really, really dangerous out there. As we take a look at how much snow, where the snow squalls are going to be the strongest, that is possible around Parry Sound and right down in towards Buffalo, where the radar is proving true. Stay with us. More on the weather coming up. Okay, I'm going to say with 6 centimeters of snow yesterday in the city of Toronto, wind chills feeling like minus 22 today, Emily picked a good week to go on vacation.
Yeah, she's down in Jamaica. Yeah, definitely.
What a good time.
No doubt about it. Big problems, of course. Right now we have, not because we see snow in the snow belt areas, what we have is snow in the fields. They're blowing with these winds onto the highways, making icy conditions. So we've got a really nasty situation. Then we throw in a dash of snow, as you'll see on the radar.
Yeah, so take a look at this. Let's take this very seriously. Extreme to low visibility. All right, Tom, let's hand things over to you now. Snow squalls an issue today and then system snow tomorrow. So as we take a look at this, the snow belt area is heavily affected. But again, Tom was mentioning that blowing snow. So take that into consideration on your morning drive. Also, this new low moves into place tomorrow. And this is a possible 5 centimeters of snow for us here in the city of Toronto. Good news, though. Take a look at your long range temperatures bump up. And it's all because of these snow squalls. So the wind direction traveling over the water, that really pinpoints who is going to be seeing the snow today. So we do have winds out of the west right over the Georgian Bay, Lake Huron. So of course, Cottage Country an issue down in towards Lake Erie. Also problems, snow squall watches and warnings are in place. And as we take a look at Cottage Country, this is where we could see a possible 40 centimeters of snow. Same issue happening, a significant amount of snow in November. Now, as we take a look at this, we could be seeing snow squalls again throughout the day today. Yesterday was system snow. Today, we are dealing with the squalls. So this is how it is going to play out. We are seeing quite a strong westerly wind, very, very gusty conditions today. So it will be affecting the Niagara region as well as the Grey Bruce area and up in towards Cottage Country. Some flurries, yes, could be lingering around the 401, but snow isn't really going to be the city of Toronto's big story today. But the wind chills, yeah. That's going to be the big story, that's for sure. We do have snow squall watches and warnings in place. We could be picking up a significant amount of snow in Cottage Country. Look at that, a possible 40 centimeters. And also down in towards Stateside, let's say the Buffalo area, also an area that is going to be hit quite hard. So snow squalls, that's going to be the issue today, very strong, and a new system in for tomorrow. But first, here's Tom with traffic. Oh, it is, and that means snow squalls happening right now. The areas affected are the Niagara region, also eastern portions of Lake Ontario and Cottage Country. These areas right now are under a snow squall watch or either a warning. Warning is more imminent, happening right now, and they could be picking up quite a bit of snow. Highlighted in white here, 40 centimeters possible. Now, for us here at home, snow squalls won't be causing a huge problem today, but system snow will tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to say I prefer the snow for sure. These wind chills are awful. Awful.
I prefer blowing sand myself.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah,
blowing sand.
Blowing sand is fine. We've got closures on Highway 21 out through Southampton, Kincardine area. That's along the Erie shore or the Huron shoreline. It's closed out, whiteouts. We've got the same thing happening up north too. So if you have travel plans up on Highway 11, you're going to be into it north of Aurelia.
Okay. And you know what? A lot of us, when we think about these snow squalls, okay, so we know that this is causing some problems out on the roads. So I'm turning things over to you, Tom. Well, you can expect a cold week right through towards Friday and Saturday. Today, we are dealing with the squalls. So, okay, like we said, Cottage Country, eastern shores of Lake Ontario, as well as the Niagara region. We could be seeing a flurry or two here in the GTA, but really our big story is the freezing cold temperatures. New system moves in for Wednesday. This could be bringing us a possible 5 centimeters of snow, but hey, check out these temperatures. And Tom, in Buffalo, I was actually just reading from the Weather Channel that because of this streamer here, just east of Buffalo, they are picking up around 10 centimeters of snow per hour. So very intense driving conditions through here. And again, up and towards Cottage Country, through Kingston and Picton as well. This is where we have the watches and warnings in place, and they have all proven to be true. And it really is a scary drive out there if you are outside of the GTA. And this just goes to show the nature of these snow squalls. Here at home in the city of Toronto, traveling on the 403 through Mississauga or the Gardiner and the DVP, you're seeing fairly clear conditions. Watch out for some slippery roads, but once you take the 400 a little bit further north, Highway 11 right now is an absolute mess throughout Muskoka. So again, just to show you the difference in the weather that we are seeing today throughout southern Ontario. So again, today, snow squalls are going to be our biggest issue, and with those winds out of the west, we are getting bone-chilling cold. And then watch this guy. A new system heads in for tomorrow. You know what, though? I am sure there is going to be at least one person today who's going to think I could wear shorts or I could wear a light spring jacket.
Well, you got to have some problems if you're going to be wearing shorts today. I'll tell you.
I saw someone yesterday in shorts
freezing.
with the snow.
Well, some people just can't give it up.
They
but
can't.
It is nasty and dangerous out there. So make sure you wear appropriate clothing. Emergency kits in cars. Already having a lot of cars crashing into ditches and things like that. So it's not good out there.
Yeah, and it's all because of this very strong wind. And when we get strong winds out of the west, flurry or two is possible. We will not be the biggest victims of the snow squalls. But if you're traveling outside of the GTA, Tom, I know you've got a lot to say on that one. Today, snow squalls, that's going to be the big issue, as well as those winds, those very strong winds out of the west. It will keep our wind chill feeling like -12 into the afternoon. And then tomorrow, brace for 5 centimeters of snow with this new system. Snow squalls are going to be a big issue today, especially for the Niagara region, Bray Grouse, up and towards Cottage Country, even towards Kingston, the eastern shores of Lake Ontario. This is where snow squalls are going to create some terrible driving conditions. So again, watches and warnings are in place. For some of the hardest hit areas, we are taking a look at a possible 40 centimeters of snow. Us here at home in the GTA, we will be seeing flurries throughout the day today. That is very likely, but accumulating snow not until tomorrow. Not until this new system. Well, today it is all about the squalls, and tomorrow it's going to be about the system snow. So, yeah, not going too well this week, is it? So we are seeing again the squalls, Niagara, Grey Bruce, Georgian Bay, even up in towards Kingston as well, eastern shores of Lake Ontario. Watches and warnings in place, and some of the hardest hit areas could see around 40 centimeters of snow. Thank you. It is. It's nice and
sure,
very
it's lovely.
comfortable.
Oh, it's very nice. Yeah.
It's nice in here.
It's a palm tree over there. It's very pleasant. Fresh
you know
fruit.
what, though? I was talking to Dr. Doug, of course.
Yes.
He knows it all. He knows all of our weather. And he said that there is a light at the end of this tunnel.
What is the light?
The light is on Sunday, we will be at 8 degrees.
That means the snow is going to melt. The birds are going to chirp. The geese and ducks are flying back.
And Kevin Yard will be a lot happier.
We're not even in winter yet.
I know.
I mean, this is stupid fall.
I know.
Really.
We're going to call it the November thaw instead of the January
Okay,
thaw.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, we need it. Okay. We'll see around 20 to 40 centimeters of snow. But first, here's Tom with traffic. Okay, thanks so much for that, Tom. Now, as we take a look at the weather today, think about full-on winter. These temperatures are more seasonal to mid-January than they are to mid-November. So snow squall watches and warnings in place today. These could be some of the strongest snow squalls we have seen this season so far. So areas up and towards Cottage Country as well as the Niagara region and even over towards Kingston. This is where we could see an accumulation of 40 centimeters of snow today. So snow squalls, yes, they are going to be the issue. And of course, the very strong winds keeping us chilled to the bone here in the GTA. And then tomorrow, a new system comes in, and system snow, that usually means some trouble for us here at home in Toronto. 5 centimeters. Okay, this week is going to feel like full-on winter. Temperatures today are more similar to mid-January than they are to mid-November. Now, yesterday, I decided to be brave, and I got out and I did a little bit of a winter jog. And, you know, I put on everything you needed to withstand some flurries. But, Kevin, I saw someone yesterday out in the snow wearing shorts. Is anyone today out in Toronto wearing shorts? Have you seen someone? Yes, these freezing cold temperatures early this morning Kitchener felt like minus 22, and things aren't even going to be getting that much better in towards the afternoon. The city of Toronto today, squalls. So snow squalls are going to be a big issue for, let's say, Cottage Country, the Grey Bruce area, Niagara region, even eastern shores of Lake Ontario. For us here at home in the GTA, the city of Toronto, Mississauga, Oakville, light flurries possible, yes. But the dangerous driving conditions, the whiteouts, that's going to be anywhere north of the 401, especially heading up in towards Barrie, Highway 11 into Muskoka rather, and also around the Niagara region. We are seeing very treacherous driving conditions. And as we talk about how much snow we could see, these could be some of the most impressive snow squalls of the season thus far. We could be getting around 40 centimeters of snow up in towards Parry Sound. I know down stateside in towards Buffalo. With the streamers, they were seeing around 10 centimeters of snow an hour over this morning. Now, take a look at this. Again, winds out of the west, and that's producing some of the streamers today, and that's also producing our very cold wind chills. Now, we have a new system coming into play for tomorrow. So this means an additional 5 centimeters of snow for us here in the city of Toronto. That will exit Wednesday in towards Thursday. High pressure does come into play, and things get a little bit calmer as we take a look at Friday. So, okay, the freezing temperatures continue, but light at the end of the tunnel here, 9 degrees on Monday. Line that happened yesterday, and it was just scary for a lot of people. I know, I'm with you on that. Now today we will be seeing snow throughout Ontario, but it is not system snow. It is snow squalls. So this is going to be affecting the snow belt region. So yes, taking a look at Cottage Country and then also down in towards the Niagara region. We do have watches and warnings in place, and I want to let you know that this band that is coming off Lake Erie, it really is affecting places stateside a little bit more, but around 10 centimeters of snow per hour. That's what they're looking at this morning with that snow squall. So as we take a look, 40 centimeters for perhaps Niagara Falls, not out of the question. And then taking a look again, Parry Sound, that is another target that could be seeing 40 centimeters of snow today. Basically, the message I want you to take away from this is driving conditions outside of the GTA will be treacherous today. Now, we are seeing a very strong wind. So the wind producing snow squalls and wind chill. It will feel into the minus teens throughout the day today, throughout the GTA. This morning, it felt like minus 22 in Guelph. System snow, that's on tap for tomorrow. Okay, we're at it again, bringing you the Long Ranger, Rachel and Doug. And Doug, this weather pattern that we're in right now, I'm going to say it's awful. It resembles more mid-January than mid-November.
It sure does. Now, the skiers are happy. Anyone who likes to do winter sports is certainly enjoying it. But most of us just not ready for the cold yet. Again, the weather pattern resembles what we saw most of last winter. Cold from the Rockies.
And the good news for the future.
Right, so this is a temperature anomaly map. So anywhere that you see blues, greens, purples, magenta, these are temperatures colder than what we should see this time of year. Below seasonal temperatures return, but note, no purples, not extremely colder than seasonal.
Yeah, okay, so we'll take it. We don't want to see magenta.
Right.
That's the message that you want to convey. Okay, now as we take it back here, Thursday. So to end off this week, blustery and cold, the snow squalls have been a big issue.
They sure are. Again, dangerous travel to the north and to the south of GTA. Very cold temperature. Thaw.
Because January thaw, we all love to hear this. So November thaw, I'm loving that. That is great. And then in towards Monday, windy and milder. Yeah. But this doesn't last.
Could see double-digit temperatures on Monday, up near 10 degrees, but it doesn't last. Cooler, but not cold. Just more like early December rather than January.
All right, that's your Long Ranger. And those snow squalls are an issue today. I'll tell you exactly where coming up. But first, let's talk about yesterday. Yeah, what a snowy mess that was for us in the GTA. A very strong wind. These winds are out of the west-southwest, and they're chilling down temperatures, and they're also creating those snow squalls. In Science Behind the Weather, Jacqueline talked about the fetch, and that's the distance that these winds have to travel over the lakes. So quite a bit when it comes out of the west-southwest, and that's why the Niagara region, as well as extreme eastern portions of Lake Ontario, could be getting into the snow squalls, and then also in towards the Niagara region. We've already seen some damage this morning, and this is likely to continue throughout the day today. Watches and warnings, they are in place. So these are the areas that are going to be most heavily affected by the snow squalls. I know the 400 and Highway 11 up and towards Muskoka, we had snow plows already going into the ditches. So a scary situation nonetheless up there. So 20 to 40 centimeters of snow possible in areas highlighted in white. I know Buffalo, eastern portions of that sort of general area have been getting hit quite hard this morning. So the snow squall is an issue today, and then tomorrow, system snow. System snow is more likely to affect us here at home in the GTA, so brace yourselves for another 5 centimeters. And the city of Toronto, it's not known as the snowiest fall, but yesterday, 6 centimeters of snow fell. Yeah. In the city of Toronto, the last time the city of Toronto saw 6 centimeters of snow in November has not been since 2008. So yesterday was the snow story. Today is the extreme wind chills. And Kevin, I have to ask you, what do you prefer? Because both of them to me don't look too appealing.
Cameraman.
Me three. I was in Miami too. Okay, thanks so much, guys. And yeah, you know what? You're right. When we do see high pressure in place, that's when we sometimes get our most freezing temperatures, as that blanket of cloud is not insulating us and keeping us warm. Okay, snow squall watches and warnings in place today. We're not escaping winter by any means. Traveling along the 400 or Highway 11 today, it's going to be terrible and it's going to be dangerous. As we take a look at how much snow is possible, these snow squalls could be some of the strongest we have seen yet this season. These winds are extremely gusty out of the west-southwest, and that's really what's driving our extreme wind chills today in the city of Toronto. Now, in terms of the big bulk of the snow that will fall today from the streamers, the city of Toronto is not likely to see huge amounts, but yes, flurries are definitely possible. But look at this, a new system that comes into play for tomorrow. And this means another 5 centimeters of snow possible for the GTA. And we are already on to round 2 of voting. So head to the Weather Network and you will be able to listen to little clips and pick your favorite. Now, this is not going to be your favorite. I'll tell you that right now. We are freezing cold today. I know we dealt with the snow yesterday. Snow squalls are going to be a big issue today. We are seeing winds out of the west-southwest. So this is going to be an issue for the Niagara region up and towards Cottage Country, the Grey Bruce area as well. Now, these squalls could trickle down in towards the GTA, so we could be seeing a flurry or two, but where the treacherous driving conditions will be, that's going to be along the 400, Highway 11, QEW, as you merge in towards the stateside regions. So think about that if you're traveling outside of the GTA today. Now, in terms of the snow, again, for us here at home, very minimal amounts today, but head a little bit further north, 20 to 40 centimeters possible, as well as Kingston. This is another area where snow squalls will be a concern today. For us here at home, though, these winds are really going to be producing freezing cold temperatures. When you think of dressing today, think of mid-January.